Good afternoon. I hear you're at the Pride Festival.
I'm at the Pride Festival, and I can't tell you how beautiful it's set up. It's well managed. I think they had expect about 80,000 people here for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the Pride Parade's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm after I finish my interview, I'm actually taking a walk back through all these booths, and I'm going to head to that food festival that's just down not far from me here. I see so many different trucks that are out there selling different products. I'm going to make sure I get a snack before I take off back to my house. But I tell you, I had a good tour. I want to thank the organizers for driving me through it. I had a little golf cart I was riding in, and it is quite a big space here.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a big footprint, but they've got it. It looks like they got everything, every aspect of it cornered, from elders to rest to children to play, people to participate, music to be heard, booths to selling products, and just on and on and on. They got a place for nonprofit for free, and then they got places for business booths, and on and on and on. So next year you'll see the Federation having some more booths coming in. We did sponsor $5,000 to the Pride Festival weekend.
Right.
But again, we have two locals that are 2SL GBTQ, and in fact, the only ones in Canada. I'm very proud of as the Métis government who looks towards the future, and given the fact that we are raised to take care of all of our people. Our cabinet was very clear, and so was our assembly and regents, recognizing that it is time to have locals that will deal with the pressing issues and discrimination that we face. I was telling the story this morning about St. Madeleine and discrimination racism that in 1939, not the 1800s, when they burnt our village down for cows. So it just shows you that how hard it is for sometimes people who are being discriminated against and trying to still be themselves, still live a life that they believe they want to live, and people will judge them differently and treat them differently because of that. So it's good for us to be here and be part of this. But I tell you, it's such a well-organized structure here. I'm very, very impressed, and I'm taking ideas as I was driving by that we can utilize in some of our festivals that we have throughout Manitoba. Mm-hmm. But I want to thank again Albert Beck for sure, and for leading out the call on behalf as the chair of the MMF, 2SL GBTQ local. So, and of course, I want to thank Sean Irvine, the executive director, Barry, Carlos Zig, and Jen Rand, who's actually one of my drivers and organizers here. Who's been involved for a long time. She's a regular Métis citizen, and of course, Amanda Pratt, the vice president of the festival. One of them has been here for 25 years organizing these events, from a tiny little corner somewhere to now taking nearly the entire Forks land base to hold such a big festivity. Yeah. As most of you know, I'm heading out to had a meeting with the Premier yesterday. We had a very, very good meeting. We went over a variety of different topics that are essential and key to the Métis government and where we're going on behalf of our citizens in regards to their needs, whether it's health, education, economic development, mining, and we talked about natural resources and a variety of different issues that need to be resolved between our government and of course, the provincial government. And so that meeting went very well. We met for about an hour and a half, and we plan now to have a cabinet-to-cabinet meeting on the several topics that have been selected for our ongoing discussions, and hopefully finding the balance between two governments that we can still respect each other, work hand in hand, but truly recognize that the law is in place for a reason, and so is the Constitution when it comes to Section 35 rights. So we had a very, very good meeting. I tell you that our Premier is very well read because the topics we spoke on, he was very versed on all topics, and I was quite impressed, to be honest with you, as a leader, that he took the time, and he didn't say, well, I'll pass it to my minister, I'll pass it to his deputy. He actually dealt with the issues right at the table. So I was very, very impressed. So I think he's definitely here to stay for a long time if he has that attitude and that kind of performance as a leader. And as I said, somebody being well versed to that degree, it's important to recognize. But let's not forget the Northwest Region is also Vice President Francis and her team. They're celebrating the second annual Pride Parade in Dauphin, and they're organizing that. I think parade started at noon, so they're walking right now. So again, kudos to them out in that area. So all our locals out there who are helping out in their ways for Pride Parade and events like this, I want to give you kudos on behalf of your government, of course, as president. I'm very, very proud. So if you're in the region and you still want to join them in Vermilion Park, that's in Dauphin, Northwest, There's free hot dogs, barbecue, entertainment, and face painting, and more, just like they have here, but I'd say 10 times the size here.
Yeah.
So, or 20 times the size. So, but again, don't be afraid to pop by and get a free hot dog and see some of the activities out in the Northwest region. I also came back from Ottawa. I met with the Minister Janice Sudds, Minister of Family and Children and Social Development of Canada, myself and Mr. Chartrand. We had a very, very good meeting. We talked about early learning childcare. And I'm proud to say again, I think we have about 150 employees there already hired, and we have students in classes right now, and they're guaranteed jobs upon their graduation. And we have their 22, of course, immigrated Ukrainians that came based on the war. They're 22 of them are graduating, and they'll be working in our daycare, childcare centers. And we're going to put another class. We sat down, raised that with the province, we'll also raise that with Canada. So when you look at it, Naomi, we're going to potentially have 300 employees within the next 3 to 4 years in this field, and that's a big footprint. And I reach out also to First Nations, people in the child care field. We pay more than anybody else in the province right now. I'm not sure based on the tax system on reserve if we do, because there's a different formula they use versus what we use. But we have some of the best benefits in Canada, and so I'm leading out to invite those that want to come to work with our child care centers. We're looking to hire, and we want to keep on hiring until we have a full load of the ability to manage all the children, because there's a ratio per worker per children in early learning child care. For example, in Dawson, I think we have 75 in that particular daycare, and so we need to have so much workers and management overseeing that particular center. So you do the math, and we're hoping 16 of them. We're going to have to make sure we have the right diverse expertise right across the province when we're dealing with our children. So, again, that was a great event. I landed right away. In fact, I came back. I met with Minister Gary Asande. I think I said it halfway right. Am I correct, Naomi?
You're getting there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm short a few more letters, I'm sure. But I had a very good meeting with him. I met 7:30 in the morning. Actually, I was up that morning, Manitoba time, 5:30 in the morning, and then had meetings all day in Ottawa. And then I flew to Montreal, flew home to get back in time for the MMF First Annual Business Awards Gala. That was
it looked great. Wow.
Pardon me?
It looked great. I seen pictures.
Oh, it was so beautiful. John Koutras, one of our ex-dev people, said to me, there's going to be tears there. And because, you know what, people forget to take the time to recognize the work they're doing. And these business people, there's 700 Métis businesses registered at the L'Oreal Capital Corporation right now that are Métis-run businesses. And that night, there was awards given to certain categories. And I tell you, I was so touched watching their business acumen and their the way they laid out their business, the struggles, the hardships, how they overcame some of it and still survived. And so, and their vision towards the future. That really, really impressed me so much to listen to their stories. And we had, of course, Minister Bernadette. I have to make sure I say minister, and I refer to her as MLA, and I apologize to her after. She's a minister. Right. And I had Tyler Blashko there. And we also had Robert didn't come, and Renee Cable. But we had also Tyler, I believe, from the Conservative Party. He was there. And Billy Cross phoned in sick. So she couldn't come. She was so looking forward to coming to the event. But the Traditional Economy Awards, I'll read out. There were 3 selected each by the business people, not by politicians, not by the president's office. It was done by business people selecting on their own. And they selected the Traditional Economy Award went to CM Yard Care and Firewood, Curtis Mayer. Young Entrepreneur Award went to Cat High Traffic Inc. That's Kelsey Gillespie. Sustainable Economy Award went to Anne Malaire, and Adrienne Datton was the owner of that company. And City Woman Spokesman Award went to Cassandra Wool-Ever. And then the President's, of course, Lifetime Achievement Award went to Bob Penwarden. Bob, of course, one of the whole crusaders of the Federation, and somebody that's always been with a business mind. Started his hotel back in 1977 and converted a whole building into the Thunder Inn, the first hotel he created. And then he went to bigger than that. He created 90 more hotel rooms, and he created a 90-seat dining hall. And he was involved in nearly every potential organization in Churchill. And at the same time, still had time to devote to us. So he received the President's Lifetime Achievement Award. He couldn't be there, of course, based on age and health. He couldn't be there. He has been sort of retired now for over a year. And but he's a gem, of course, to our Métis nation, our Métis government, and we owe him a great deal of respect and gratitude for all the years he helped out in giving us guidance, helping the development of our Métis Economic Development Fund, helping in any capacity he can. He's always been there when called upon. So again, I want to express my gratitude to Bob. I hope you're listening out in Churchill. We owe you a big hug and a big thank you. And again, I hope you'll carry that award proud for the rest of your life, and have that for your family to carry on as memory of the great Bob Warden of Churchill. Also, we had a discussion on the LeMay Forest. So people listening to that section, there is potential graves there, and they're suggesting definitely would be Métis children. And so we are now working on trying to organize how we can ensure that we do some survey of the land, survey of the soil and underneath, to make sure that whatever we do it right, and also checking on the historical documents and records. And we need now potentially lawyers to make sure that, because I understand right now at this point in time the owner is not really wanting to meet, and I encourage the owner to sit down. Let's sit down at the table across from each other, and let's talk about how we could potentially find a pathway forward that all of us can support and work together on. So we'll see where that takes us, but I'll keep the people ongoing advised on what's happening in the LeMay Forest. And I think, as I said, that's a very important aspect of our St. Norbert's, of course, very important to the Métis community. It's been part of who we are and what we've been doing for quite a long time. So I did some interviews with CTOB and Global on the LeMay, and you can read some of it in the Free Press. June is also Indigenous History Month. With all the First Nations in with Red Métis Identity fraud going on, it's more important than ever that we educate Canadians about who we are. I was watching in TikTok, and as I said, my wife got me to TikTok. She sent me some stuff, and I didn't know I didn't have a TikTok, so I hope it happened. I was watching the United dancers yesterday, square dancers. They were jigging, and they have it on TikTok. But when I was watching TikTok, and there was this lady talking about Métis, and they start the concept right away of mixed bloods. But I was so impressed at the end, she turned it back to, no, it can't just be a mixed blood to be Métis. She's First Nation. She said you got to have a connection, you have a community, you have to have a language, you have to have a culture. And so that's the most important aspect that people forget to realize how important that aspect is, that you have to have that aspect of being a nation, being a community, and people with Section 35 rights that are entitled to those in the Constitution. They have to have all of these aspects built in. So when we fight against Ontario, it's trying to steal our identity, steal bringing tens and tens of thousands of people in to get their Section 35 rights, to get programs and services, because we have fought and died for it and paid the price for it to as First Nations. And now somebody comes along and tries to steal their identity, they get a free ride. That we're fighting vigorously to protect, and we'll do everything in our power to continue to fight that. So I think it's important to recognize, again, the hard work of so many in that field. And I think that Chiefs Ontario and, of course, our team working diligently on this. Will Goodon takes the lead on that file, and he's working very, very hard to ensure the protection of our identity is not stolen, and that we will do everything to educate those that need to be educated to say, Ontario, enough is enough. Go find your own history, go find your own culture, find your own identity, then go to court like we did, fight like we did, and try to find where you fit in the Constitution. That's your prerogative. I won't hold you against that, but don't try to steal our identity. You're not Métis. You're not us. Okay, so I'm going to do some birthdays.
Okay.
I got a lot of time here. I was looking at my time. You see how fast I've been talking here?
You have been talking really fast.
Well, because there's the wind is blowing here, and it's kind of noisy where I'm standing, and I'm trying to get as much in as fast as I can. Mm-hmm. And I can slow my voice down a little bit for everybody to hear me now. No, I was talking really fast, and I recognize I was talking too damn fast. But anyways, let me start off with birthdays. It's special birthdays going out, and I'm going to choose. I have a list of them here, but I'm going to find this one. Happy 96th birthday going to Rose Boudreau of Chartrand, who is celebrating her birthday on Wednesday, June 5th. 96, Rose. Total to you and your family. Big happy birthday. Big hugs from the Métis Nation, Métis Red River. I know your family loves you. Always talk about you, by the way. So it's good to see 96th birthday, man. I love when I see numbers like that, and that our elders are still here and still strong. Also happy double eight. So the Infinity flag put two Finley flags together, one by side.
Yeah.
Put it sideways, you got 88. You got the birthday of Jean Chavoyer of Saint Laurent, who's celebrating his birthday. Of course, he just recently lost his son. And but again, kudos and my condolences still, Jean. But happy 88th birthday going out to all the way Saint Laurent. There's two, 196, 188. And now let's see this one. Happy 76th birthday, Cherise Denoyer. That's, of course, Leanne's mother. Leanne is in finance. She's been with us for at least 25 years. She's celebrating her birthday on Sunday, June 2nd. So make sure you spoil her, Leanne, if you're listening. Spoil your mom. And it's always important you spoil your mama, boy. That's a very important aspect. And I have a chance now to spoil my mother-in-law. I'm going to Cranberry, as everybody knows. I'm leaving here today and heading up to the Paw. And then from there, we're starting fishing on Sunday. There's about 6 of us. Our goal is to capture the fish that we can bring home and to give it to our elders. And so it's something we do every year. And I tell you, the smile and thank you we get and the hugs from the elders is worth every ounce of sitting out in the lake for hours and hours and hours to catch the fish and come back with a good catch and keep our traditional life moving forward. And we always share our catch, and we make sure that our elders are always taken care of. So that's something myself, Derek Danielson is coming with me, John Sanderson is coming with me. Richard was going to come, but he's off to Paris, by the way, and I'll talk about that shortly. And but at the end of the day, I've got a couple others coming that are going to come out and fish with us. So hopefully we catch enough fish to share with our elders. And there's quite a bit that actually call, quite a bit, I'm serious, quite a bit call. And we make sure they all get packages of fish. And also, it's going, I said, I'm going Cranberry, so it's Janice Yakachuk, of course, Glory's mom. And she was a long-time advocate and fighter of a local. She was a charter local in Cranberry for many, many years. And she was very strong in pushing housing for so long. So, Janice, I hope you're listening out in Cranberry. Big kudos from the Métis government and cabinet. Thank you very much. And from your daughter, Gorian. And so June 5th is her birthday. Already, Gloria told me she's not coming with me to Cranberry, but she already told me what I got to do to spoil her mom. So I got to be working out there and making sure Janice is having a special birthday on June 5th when I'm out there in Cranberry. And I also got happy 50th birthday going to Keith Ginter. I just saw him the other day, actually, at the gala. Yeah. And his daughter is actually going to on her way to Paris probably today. She's heading out there to represent the province. Invited her, and I'm very proud of the work she does. She's a great fiddler, and she deserves truly to be recognized by governments and by our government. And she's going to represent the Métis in her way. And again, kudos, Keith, to your family and to your wife and the rest of the family, and happy 50th birthday. And I think I got all the dues on that list. And happy 78th birthday going to Marlene Tuffle on June 4th. That's James' mom. He works in justice, so happy 78th birthday. I hope I'm not missing any more birthdays on the document there. You can look. Is there any more birthdays on the document? Okay, if not, then I got a bunch of pages. A lot of people helping me. Thank you for all my communication team here. They're all got some proud to be Red River Métis Pride Parade T-shirts on, and they're here taking some beautiful pictures. And this will share, of course, in our website, the Federation. There it is. I knew there's another birthday. Happy 44th birthday to Martin Vincent. That's Tanya Vincent of the President's Office husband, who is celebrating his birthday on Friday, June 7th. So, Martin, again, happy 44th birthday. You almost lost you, Martin. They had you in a separate page. So, I knew there was another birthday I saw when I was reading quickly here. So, anyways, now some sad part of course, what we always do in our radio show is to give condolences, and condolences are truly needed by so many, especially you as a loved one. It's the hard thing to take, not to know that your loved one's going to be walking around this world anymore, or be able to see them in your own ways and acknowledge that they're there and hug them and talk to them and say hi, smile, and you miss all those things that when a loved one leaves us this world. So I want to start off a sad event, of course, to one of our citizens, Thomasina, and her family, and that loss of her son. Our thoughts and prayers are going with you during this difficult time. And Thomasina is a hard-working woman in Manitoba and Duck Bay, and a Métis person. And that's Lorna Chartrand is going to my condolences with her family. It's a challenging time for them. It's a memory of other times that when people have lost loved ones. So I know Richard and Francis were telling me what had happened. So again, my big hugs to you, Thomasina, if you're listening. And the good Lord will take care of your boy, and you know that you'll be in a safe place. And a place of no pain and a place of no sorrow. So, again, my prayers go out to you. And also to my sister's partner, Al Spence, his family, the loss of his sister. He called me. He just left Winnipeg. His sister, Darlene, was, of course, fighting cancer. There was an operation, and everything was supposed to turn to the better. So he decided to go home first to go and get some more stuff. On his way home, he got the call. Everything turned the opposite after the surgery, and Darlene left this world. So that's a sister that, of course, that he loved so much and was so close to her. And so, Hal, our prayers and our hugs go out to you, and especially for myself and Glory and as family, we send our hugs and big condolences and prayers will go your way from our family for sure. And to my sister, I know, take care of Hal, and my sister, of course, is fighting cancer herself, but take care of Hal, and he's going to need a lot of love and care. And it's also, again, Thomasina, if you need anything, you call us. Jill LaPlante is also, our birthday is June 5th. Now, that's another crusader. This is another one. They just sent me a text, topic a little bit from condolences. And so when you're doing the next song, and I don't know which one you've selected on our, we do one every hour, I believe, gospel tune.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one you're sending out to, both to Al Spence for their loss and also Thomasina for their loss. And it'd be very important for them to hear their names again, and knowing that we miss, not being able to do what, if anything, we could have done to stop it, and anybody thinks that way for sure. And again, I want to express my prayers to each and every one of them. But to Jill also, I want to say happy birthday, Jill. Jill, of course, that's Lee LaPlante's daughter. Jill is actually blind, and she's an unbelievable lady. But she's been going through so many, many, many health challenges. And you think sometimes everything's going to go back to normal, and she gets another illness. And she's been a fighter, crusader. She's one of my heroes. I tell you, she's overcome some of the most difficult challenges and operations, and she's still here. And she still tries to live independent away from her mom and everybody. She wants to be by herself, but she's in hospital so many times, and it takes a hard toll on Leah. So our prayers go out to you, Jill. I understand you rushed her in the hospital the other day. So again, my prayers go out to her, and as I said, she is one of my heroes. So with that being said, Naomi, I thank the elders and everyone for always giving us guidance and support. Barbara Bruce, I want to tell her big thank you here for being so proud to have the president here. She said this is the first time a national leader has ever come to the Pride Parade, so we're very proud to have a national Indigenous leader come to the. Yeah, I had a very good tour. There's one of the tour guys here. He's been here for 25 years next year. But anyways, again, thank you very much to Barb and the rest of the team, and Charlotte and the rest. I also want to say thank you to all the elders that give us guidance, and to all those in Cranberry, Johnny Como, I'm coming down. Johnny Como will definitely be assisting us to get the fish we need to bring back to our elders. And again, probably we'll have a chance to talk to our local chair here, Bert, and he may join us a couple of times. But without further ado, I'll say thank you to all the youth for everything you do. Youth camps are progressing ahead. Both of them are progressing ahead. Now we're building a kitchen in the Duck Mountains. And so once that's done, I anticipate by this fall we should have that place open. We're looking to hire. I'm sending that message loud and clear. Yeah. It doesn't just have to be Métis. And we're going to, of course, hire some elders for cultural purposes to be teaching the youth in the Duck Mountain camp. And the sports camp, we're looking to hire there, too, in the woodlands. And that, we're looking for different expertise, whether it's baseball, whether it's going to be hockey, whether it's going to be curling, you name it. We're going to have all types of activities taking place there. And I said, we're not just hiring Métis, we're hiring those that are wanting to come and work and fill those spots. We have a lot of spaces available, and we want to start hiring these people as soon as we can. So if you're listening out there, grandparents, you're listening, tell your young person, you go put your name there and apply and get a job. Okay, I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. Take care, everybody. And it's a pleasure to see. Oh, by the way, it's great to see Dave Boudon here, of course, working on a Saturday on behalf of the local, and Joanne Remillard. I'm running out some script there. I'm just running. So I have no water here. Nobody's helping me. I'm just standing by myself here.
Oh, no. All right. Well,
yeah,
you
give me a shot of water. Okay, now I hope you had a good trip in Japan. I don't even want to ask you what you bought me, but and I hope you had some sushi. That's all I know about Japan. Sushi. Yeah.
And ramen. Ramen was good.
Oh,
yeah.
ramen. You can get ramen at the dollar store, man.
No, I know, but you can't eat it like tastes over there.
More like the real thing.
Like the
well,
real
I hope
thing.
you had a good trip, and you'll have to tell me all about it after.
I did. Thank you.
Okay. And say hi to all the guys out in institutions, federal, provincial, both men and women out there. I know that they think a lot of sometimes the mistakes they made, but they also have a family out here, and the Métis government doesn't forget its people, no matter where they are. Take care, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.